So, in my experience, and I have plenty of that in that department, I guess I should say, um, when you meet somebody, let me tell you something. Here's my advice. If they are constantly texting back, calling back, on point, they don't take 2 days to call you, or, on all these games that people play, that's who you want to stick with. Every relationship I have, the one I have today, our foundation is built off of, it's a sort of loyalty, in my opinion. It's that that 1%, all right, out of the 100 that are like this. When you meet somebody and they are diligent about communication, pick up the phone every time, and they're just always there. When you text, they respond back within 15 minutes, a normal situation. And they don't play the games of the dating stuff. In the beginning, if you see any signs of anything but, the good communication, leave. I've always seen people to have problems later. If you even make it past a month, first you want to have somebody like that. That's a fact. Number one thing, make sure that they have that good communication and they're not playing these games. If they're playing these games, then they're not mature. They're not really that good of a person to be with, in my opinion. Every relationship of success that I've seen has that one first fundamental. Step one. That's got to be it. Step two. Now, we could talk about relationships all day, but make sure you both are on the same page on the first day, type of thing. You guys know what you both want. Make sure one person is not on a different page, so then when 3 years come by, 4 years come by, and then someone's thinking something different and someone's doing the other, you just wasted your time, and that just doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? It's not going to work well, so I don't, depending on what your situation is and how old you are, it's all different, right? In your finances, and that's a big one as well. Ladies, if you see a man that is an entrepreneur and he's willing to bust his ass every day, appreciate that. That's something you can still ride with, as long as he shows you that he's not playing. Like, you people know, man, men and women, you guys know if someone's playing around or is just shady or whatever the case is, right? Like, you'll know. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to feel it. Once your gut tells you something, and then, what else can I say? Like, men, especially for the women, like, understand who a woman is. A lot of men, I used to be the same, so I know all these things the hard way. A lot of men think that women are crazy, and honestly they are, right? Because they overthink, they analyze everything. They're very meticulous, so they see everything, and they also want you, men, understand, they want you to be better. They want you to, be the provider. They look up to you, but when they see you a little sloppy or when you make certain mistakes, they're always going to critique you, dude. So if you're not ready to deal with a woman, don't do it. Because you're just going to jump from one to another, and you're going to realize, see, this is what will happen. You'll realize that they're all like that. It's not like one's like that. No, they're all like that. And especially if they love you and they want to see you do well, and they believe in you, well, that's why they're hard on you at the same time. Now, men, in your favor, I'm going to tell you that, yes, women overanalyze. That's what they do. They just, they make a big deal out of everything. And so in my opinion, men are stupid and women are crazy. Now, women will say, well, men make us like that. Well, hold on a second. So this is what women got to understand. Like, men are wired simple, all right? We're very simple people. It's black or white. And we don't really stress on things, and we don't make things a big deal. You get what I'm saying? So, like, So that, women, you have to understand the man. The man is pretty much letting you know, like, hey, there's no reason to argue about this or even bring this up. Or, what's the big deal? Or whatever the case is. So, that's the confusion why women and men bump heads all the time. Because, both are stubborn. The man mainly. Women, when the man is not really giving in or feeding into it, that's because he lives a different mentality and he thinks it's not that serious. So, we're simple creatures. Women, please understand that. You're going to get frustrated and it's going to drive you crazy because you are a woman and you want all these things and you see all these things. A man doesn't really see what you see. So in a sense, I used to think men were stupid. And they are a little bit, I ain't gonna lie, because sometimes they're not thoughtful and they just don't think like, hey, get her a flower. It doesn't have to be a room full, okay, that you spent $2,000 on. That's stupid. All right, if you ever buy a woman a room size of flowers that cost $1,000, she's gonna look at you like, we could have spent that $1,000 on a freaking vacation you could have took me or something. Or just you pay attention to what she likes. Be thoughtful. I had to learn all this the hard way as well. And that's men. That's what women want. They want a guy that's thoughtful. They don't need a Ferrari and a 20-carat diamond ring. Maybe the diamond ring that you can't get away with. But what I'm saying is that be thoughtful. They just want to know that you love them. A little love note. Hey, they wake up like, good morning, honey. Have a good day. Or I'm talking small things. It's not about the money. It's about being thoughtful. And that's good news for the men because it's cheaper to do that. I'm going to just let you know. But mentally, you have to be on it. And don't go 5 months, 3 months without doing these little things. Like, these are the things that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to do them. It's going to make her happy. Okay? And women, what makes him happy. Do them. Don't sit here and you might back off a little bit and resent because he did this one stupid thing. Remember, he's not as intelligent as you. Now, going back to when men I thought were not as smart, but now that I evaluate things, when a woman is overanalyzing too much, stressing out and overthinking and just, picking battles incorrectly, in my opinion, then to me it makes the woman seem not as smart as she used to be. Because honestly, at the end of the day, one thing I do know, man or woman, it doesn't matter. One thing I do know is that you can talk about anything. You can compromise, and there's no reason to get upset or make a big deal or stress over anything. Because what does it really do? You don't accomplish anything. You're not going to change anything. It doesn't do anything. So in a sense, when a man doesn't really feed into stuff like that, I have to say that he's smarter in that area. Because let me tell you something. Life is a piece of cake when you think that way, and you should think that way. Ladies, I get it. You're on top of shit. Someone's got to do it. You're probably like, he's an idiot or he's sloppy or whatever. Okay, well, you can teach him, but man, you don't need to get angry and grab his hand, say, honey, and start talking like this with this tone of voice. Honey, I really need you to please not do that anymore. Can you do that for me? And he'll be like, oh, wow, she's talking to me like that. And he listens. He's like, oh, he registers as the way he listens. Women, you're just, some of you are snapping off and freaking out, and it's like, whoa, he's like, hey. And it never worked. He just labeled you crazy. So you not only did you stress yourself, but then you ended up not getting what you wanted accomplished, right? So have patience, people, with each other. Calm down. Love each other. Communication. Just talk. It's all good. No reason to worry and stress and then, play this stuff. Women, please stop replaying that moment forever. It could be July 4th, 2012, and she remembers exactly what you did. You know what I'm saying? Like, women, stop doing that. That is horrible. That shows me that all you think about is other shit. Now, you know, you should not even be, your mind shouldn't even be there. All right, that's literally, I'm talking about years ago. They'll remember what you did. It just sits in the corner and it's waiting to get busted out, or they might not even say something. They'll just literally, you know, put you in the doghouse forever. You know, it's like, wow, it's crazy. So anyways, I'm going to make this quick video about you guys, you know, men and women and relationships. Love each other, be patient, work with each other. You know, you got a problem with somebody, say it nicely, you know, and don't be the type to not say nothing at all and then let it build up like a mountain and blow. Like, come on, like, you know, let's not be children here. I know people who are 70 years old and still have these problems. It's like, holy. So I think the misconception is a woman doesn't understand a man and a man doesn't understand a woman. So, you know, ladies, that's what you got to do, okay? You really got to just understand how a man is, and men understand how a woman is, dude. It's really simple. All right? Hope you guys appreciate this video. Love everybody. I wish you guys nothing but health, wealth, love, and happiness. Take care. Bye.